Hey everyone, it's Grant and welcome back to the channel and my latest video where I'm going to be looking at a completely free Etsy listing checklist which you can download from the link below, but please stay tuned till the end. This isn't clickbait. I'm not asking you to buy anything. I'm not asking you to subscribe to a wonderful program that was $16,000 and only £200 today, or subscribe to a mailing list. Just link down below, download it and use it as much as you want to. But before I start, just a big thank you to everyone for watching the channel and my videos. I hit a recently hit a personal milestone. My first video, which was a beginner's guide to Etsy, hit 20,000 views. It's not made me any money. In YouTuber world, it's insignificant, but for me, it's great news. It means that everyone's liking the content. It means that I'm going to keep going, obviously going with the channel, and it's really pushing me forward. So I'm going to start uploading on a weekly basis at least about Etsy and making money online. So as always, subscribe, bell notification icon, hit the like button and comments down below. So enough waffling and let's get straight on with the video. So you may have seen some comments on recent videos about, can I get some help? What would you do? I've had some feedback on Twitter and people just speaking to me, emailing me about the best way to go about listing a product. So I've come up with this completely free Etsy listing checklist, which is a 9-point checklist. Now, if you're an expert in Etsy, or you're looking for sort of SEO tips, this isn't for you. This is a beginner's guide, but it does have some useful resources in here. It's a PDF guide. It's 3 pages long. My printer's printed double-sided, so it's 3 pages. Really simple to use, and I'm just going to run through this checklist. To download it, wait till the end of the video, but hit the link down below, completely free PDF download. So I'm just going to talk you through my 9-point listing checklist for Etsy. I will keep looking down referring to this just so I give you all the information that I need. So the first point is around product images or photography. So the first point for me is make sure it shows the product that you're selling. I've seen some images on Etsy and they're too concentrated on the lifestyle, or they've got a piece of jewelry around the neck, but it shows their whole body. You can't really see the product. Now, I am not against the lifestyle image. In fact, in my guide, I do say at least one of your shots should be of the product on a neutral or natural background, a cream or a white, something that really shows off the product. And also as well, it should be a lifestyle shot. So if you've got a hat on the head, take a photo. But don't concentrate too much on the peripherals, on the things in the background, on the person, on the shot. Make sure the product is clearly in focus, and that is really important. Don't forget as well that you've got multiple images. So if you've got something, trying to think of a good example, sometimes poster printing, what is a good idea is to try and overlay a size chart so people get an understanding of how big the item is. Look at the canvas behind me. You could take a picture of that on a wall, but what you could do is you could overlay the width and the height in terms of centimetres or inches in the dimensions to give people a really understanding of what the product is. And my final point on images, which you should always remember, is your primary image, your first image, is shown on the listing results. So you've got to have something that's eye-catching to encourage those shoppers, those potential buyers of your product from the listing page, from the search results page through to your listing. So bear that in mind. Look at other people's listings, and that first image is key. So second on the checklist is all about titles. So for me, we all know better titles or concise, well-constructed titles perform better in terms of conversion, views to sales to money in the bank, and also in search results. That's just a given. So one thing you should always do is ensure it's fairly short. You don't want to start going on red woolly coloured hat that's great for the winter and the summer and in snow. Keep it nice and short. Must be easy to understand, so don't use jargon. And as well, include at least one of your main keywords. So if you are selling an envelope, which is here, then you could say brown padded envelope, A4 size or A3 size, whatever the size is. And obviously the keyword there is envelope, so ensure that any title has your keyword within it. Checklist item number 3 is all about categories, and categories are very much like tags on Etsy. So the more specific categories that you add to your listing, the chances of you getting found are greater. So have a look through the categories. Again, look at competitors, look at other listings, and then select the right categories from you. Try and be specific as you can. Don't leave it too broad. People do on Etsy, they do search and they are quite refined in their search terms. So make sure you pick the right categories from the start and be specific. Number 4 on the checklist is about description. So this is the sort of the paragraph of text that you get to describe your item. Now for me, in the first sentence, and I've covered this in my Etsy SEO 2019 video, I would always include my keyword. So if it's an envelope, I would say, thanks for seeing or thanks for coming and visiting my listing about this brown padded envelope or this brown A3 envelope. Ensure the keyword is in the first line or sentence of your description. Also as well, try and repeat it around 5 or 6 times, but bear in mind, people aren't computers, so don't just what they call keyword stuff. Don't just put this brown envelope is a great envelope and it's the best envelope you will ever find on Etsy because it's an envelope. It needs to read right and it needs to make sense to the potential buyer, but try as best as you can to include it 5 or 6 times within the description. What I also find useful as well is when you write your description is to do bullet points. So write an opening sentence, including your keyword, a concise overview or highlights of the product, and then bullet point. And those bullet points could be around, the use. So if it's a hat, you could put great for winter, but also a great fashion accessory in the summer. It could be about the application. So if it's a certain item, then you could say great for the use indoors or outdoors. It could be an attribute. So it could say, 100% handmade, made right here in the UK or made in the USA. Doesn't matter, but bullet point those items. And research has shown, not just Etsy research, general e-commerce research has shown that people's eyes do detract or they do focus on bullet points. So really, really key point there. First line, keyword, repeat it 5 or 6 times within the whole description. Keep the first paragraph concise and then bullet point key applications, uses, or other attributes that you have. So on to the second page of this guide, and we're on to tags. Now on Etsy, you get the use of up to 13 tags to reach your buyer. Essentially, those are 13 opportunities to reach potential buyers. Every unused tag is a missed opportunity. Not just missed, it's a missed free opportunity. You don't get many chances in this world to get free marketing or free promotion. Think of these tags as exactly that, free promotion, free opportunities, so use them all. They should always generally be multi-word key phrases or keywords. So if you're selling, again, coming back to the wool hat or envelope, probably not best just to use the word envelope. Try brown envelope, padded envelope, A3 envelope. Try and make sure it's at least 2 words long, and that will really help home in your customers to your product. If you get stuck, think of Etsy like a Google. So what would you search in Google to find your product? We've used envelope as an example there. Let's go to wool. So handmade wool hat, handmade hat, fashion hat if it's a particular unique design. So if you get stuck, think of Google, even go to Google, start typing in and see what the suggestions come down below. That means people have searched for them or are frequently searching for them, or there's high search volumes, and that should give you a good steer of what your tag should be. So on to the sixth, I'm talking about materials, which is very similar to tags really, what we just spoke about, but it doesn't hold as much weight from what I've seen in the research that I've done in the search results, but still important. So, if you think when you go through and you do an Etsy search, down the left-hand side of your screen, you get to refine or filter your options. And I think the research that I saw was about 22 or 23% of people do use the refinement options. So, materials are important. And essentially they're characteristics of your product. So again, using the same examples, going back to the wool hat, those examples could be wool, a type of material, there could be a fabric, a metal type, a paper type. I sell cards or on Rude cards, so I use 300 GSM card, I use white card as materials. Again, not hugely important in terms of SEO or showing the rankings, but a great point for your checklist, and make sure that you do use the materials like tags and enter as many as you can. So seventh on the checklist is about price. There is some immovable beasts in this process. You've got your product cost, if you've handmade it or you've bought it, whatever you've done, so that's a cost. You've got your Etsy fees, your payment fees and your shipping fees, and you know what you'd like to retail it for. Some of those are completely immovable beasts. But go onto Etsy, and there is no doubt that people do price comparison. So go onto Etsy, look for the product or type in the keywords that you think your product should be shown for, and check out competitors' pricing. It is really, really important to get the right pricing on board. But don't forget, a price now is a price now. It's not a price forever. You can change it, you can play around with it, look at seasonality. There's no point pricing high for an umbrella in the summer. It's warm, no one's going to use an umbrella, so maybe you bring your pricing down just to shift some stock, or you're trying to shift some product. But do be acutely aware that you always can change your pricing and play with that. It's a constant process, and try and get that happy medium that provides you with some profit but gets you some traction in terms of sales. So number 8 on my checklist is all about shipping. There's no doubt high shipping costs put buyers off. You see a product for £5 or £6, shipping £5 or £6. I spoke about this before in previous videos, and it's about the low-cost airline mentality. I can fly from London to Spain for $19.99, but I won't get any food, I won't get any bags, I won't get a reserved seat. When you start adding those on, the real cost is potentially £100. Now, in my mind, and research has shown this actually, Etsy shoppers and generally e-commerce shoppers prefer an all-in known cost. So my preference, and if you can do this, would be to offer free shipping. So rather than have a product at £10 plus £2 delivery, or $12 and $3 delivery, put it as a combined cost, $11.99 or $15 with free shipping. And don't forget, free shipping, the little glyph or the little icon appears on the search results. So as you see the search results on Etsy, you'll see your product price plus free shipping. So people will know instantly it's an all-in cost, no hidden costs, perfect. But clearly that only applies to your home country. Nobody, I don't think, can afford to ship internationally and have free shipping involved. But just bear it in mind, again, play around with that. If you can get free shipping involved, all the better. And I can almost guarantee you will see an uplift in sales if you offer free shipping. So the final and 9th point is all about policies. So within your shop, you have several policies: refund, cancellation, and also about processing time. Now for me, again, it's about the upfront, being upfront with your customers, like with the shipping we've just talked about. Policies are really key. Customers want to know where they stand. How long does it take to get the item? What happens if I've got a problem? What happens, X, Y, Z? Make sure customers are informed before they make the purchase. And again, I've seen a couple of official Etsy blogs or articles that it said that Etsy do give preferential treatment in the search results to shops that have completed policies. So if you're here in the search results and then you complete your policies, then you will appear higher. I can't say how much higher, but Etsy have said this themselves. Look at the articles. Shops that have completed policies do rank higher. So they are really, really, really important. So that's my 9-point Etsy listing checklist over and done with and walkthrough. Again, free download. Don't want any money, don't want any subscriptions in terms of mailing lists. Link down below, free PDF download, a completely free resource for you to get success on Etsy. It's a PDF, 3 pages long. Pages 2 and 3 are black and white. So if you want to save yourself some ink, then just print pages 2 and 3. Now, if you like what I've gone through today and you want some more free resources, guides, then please like, subscribe and comment down below. I do try to reply to 100% of the comments. If you want me to feature anything specific in upcoming videos, or you want a specific guide or resource, again, comment down below and I will do the best as I can to feature them in upcoming videos. Thanks for watching and I wish you every success with your Etsy store.